Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. All right, I'm going to do a couple of things today, and I want you guys to pray that they go right. You see, a lot of times, details in my everyday life cause me a lot of serious depression. Now, I gotta be careful how I record this. We have a roommate that here at the house that I'm living in. I found this place actually through a friend of a friend. But let me quickly go there and record the situation. Then I'll come back and talk about it because I don't want him to hear what's going on. Anyway, this is the place that I'm living, and let's go back to I anyway. Anyway, we have this one roommate. He has a little bit of a heavy drinker, which is fine with me. He doesn't cause trouble when he drinks, but he insists on sleeping in the living room when he has his own room. I thought he had rented that place. I was mistaken actually, and which is one, it's creepy. Sometimes I kind of want some space to myself, and two, he has the audacity to be upset about what goes on in the living room, right? So right now, as I record this, it is almost 8 a.m. and he just gets upset at the noises and all that. And I'm thinking, since now I realize it's actually the living room, I thought he had rented that area. Uh, After he goes to work today, I'm gonna go there and make it unpleasant to live, decorate it, or do something to make it unpleasant for him to live in. I'm trying to think what to do to make it unpleasant. I guess I guess I could when he's here, I could invite my girlfriend over and we could do something on the sofa, or at least pretend to make it disgusting for him to ever want to sleep on that again, right? I guess we could do that, or you get the idea. Okay, number one business is to evict him from the living room today somehow. Number two, I and details like this always bother me the most. Right now, I'm upset at. I teach at Glendale Community College. I'm really upset at the layout of the office. There's nowhere to plug in your electronic devices, and I'm always tripping over something. And the other day I plugged in an extension cord, and I thought I would just leave it there, but the cord disappeared. And so I gotta go get another one, and it's just a huge bother. I love all of my students. I hate it when little details like that get in the way, right? Uh, I really do. The other thing and this one I do have a workaround with. I really don't like the schedule. It interrupts with my plans on doing intermittent fasting. It pigeonholes sleep, and I love all of my students. Actually, if I have to complain about one thing about every job that I've been at, it's scheduling. I During the lockdowns, I was sleeping really well. I was eating very well. I got to do intermittent fasting, and so I didn't have to think about scheduling conflicts. Right, if I saw an event somewhere, and I don't have to think about how to negotiate all of that. Uh, so, for example, what are some things I like to be doing? It's not really interrupting my social life. It's more the intermittent fasting, the timing of the day. I'm almost thinking about just bringing my food into the classroom if I need to. Obviously, it's not like I want to do it out of spite, but it flows well with my intermittent fasting, and maybe even explain to the students if it were to come up, right? Hopefully not have to do that, but if it comes up, that right. All right, two things I got to battle. Number one, evicting my roommate from the living area, or at least setting some boundaries, because he complains, he moans about noises there, and I get very easily. In theory, I should just ignore him. but I have a little bit more sympathy than I should sometimes, and it doesn't really work very well. And sometimes it enables that kind of behavior, right? So I'm thinking of going a soft approach of using the place myself too, and uh, something like that. And number two, to iron out these little differences at the little differences, right? It's not chemistry differences. It's not toxic work environment differences, but things that itch, right? Like, oh my god, I gotta bring my cord. Oh my god, I no time to do other things I want to do. These little things just itch, right? And make it impossible to focus, right? This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.